an hour. So, and my presentation is longer, but it's usually, okay, we have to go, we have to sell. So should I start now or should I wait a little bit?
Well, you can start, yeah.
Okay. Hi, guys. Today I want to talk to you about relationship marketing. What's happening to this now? It's not working. Okay. Relationship marketing is an arrangement between you and your client, and what it is a mutually beneficial relationship. For example, if you have a relationship with a client, but he's not a client yet, he's somebody who's thinking about it, or he's not even ready yet, but you know this person. What a mutually beneficial relationship would be is you're their friend. You're a real estate agent, but you're their friend. You're not selling. That's wrong. What you're going to do is their friend, send them information that they find is interesting, or talk to them, phone them, say hi, not necessarily in the platform of, sure. I'll hand them out at the end. Anybody who didn't receive one in one foot, I'll hand these out at the end. So when we're talking about relationships with people, we're not talking about selling. If you constantly talk to somebody and you're constantly selling, what you do is you turn them off. Yeah. And they're not interested in you. So when you're doing relationship marketing, you don't want to sell. You want to, but that's here. I'm your friend. Relationship marketing, just so you know, is not only in real estate. You might know a lot of companies who gather data about you and then send you information on your buying purchases. They know who, if you go to a restaurant, when you walk into the restaurant, they know who you are. That's all relationship marketing. And relationship marketing, every business should do, not just you guys who are in business, but every business should do. And the reason being is people buy from people they know. Now in real estate, this is who people buy from. This is what the sales are from people, from strangers. So when you're doing your marketing, how many of you have a database? You have a database? How many people are on your database?
500 to 800.
That's excellent. That is really good. Now, the reason I asked who has a database, if you know people and the people you know, that as a real estate agent is your strongest or best asset that you have. It is your only asset as a real estate agent that you really, really have. That's different from somebody else, because the people you know are different from these people. So the successful realtors out there have anywhere from, well, actually, but they have 400, 500, 600. And these are the people that have been in the business for a long time. These are the people who have got a good reputation. These are the people that don't have marketing. They live on referrals. They have a high income, the top producers. They have a database of 400 or 500, 600 or more people. Usually when you have a large database, you have about 300, 450 really good contacts. And then anybody after that, they're acquaintances or people you keep in touch with. One of the reasons, last year, 1 in 80 people bought a house, bought or sold a house last year. 1 in 80 people did a transaction. So if you know 100 people, you know personally one person who bought or sold last year. Statistically, you might not, but statistically, you know one person. That is all the people you know. So can you imagine building your business with just 100 people? You really can. Now, if you have 400 people, you now know 4 people, or 5 people in this case, who bought or sold last year. Still not enough to build a business, but these people also know people. So let's say this person on all these people know 10 people. So they're at the office, they're at in Canada, a hockey game, somewhere where they're talking to people. And somebody says, oh yeah, I'm looking to buy a house. And then your friend says, I have the perfect realtor for you. They are really, really good. I recommend them. That's referral. If each person here knows 10 people, that's 1,000. Plus that, 2,000. 3,000. 4,000. 5,000. So now you have 5,000 people in your network. You have your 500 people who you're reaching, you're talking to, and then you have the 10 people each that they might recommend you to. So you're reaching sort of from a distance. So how do you develop meaningful relationships? How many people go out and meet people every single day? Anybody here? Meet somebody every single day? Or at least once a week? In the grocery store, in an elevator? You connect on a personal level. So when you meet them, you say hi, you ask, you maybe talk about something that's interesting, not real estate necessarily, relationship here, but you talk about something, maybe you find a mutual common interest, and you talk about that. Then you get their information, you get their contact information. When you're talking, you say, oh, I got, it could be anything, right? But you get the contact information, you get their telephone number, their name, exchange business cards. You get email saying, really nice talking to you yesterday about such and such. And whatever you want to put in that email, always refer to what you were talking about, but you follow up. So now what have you done? You've made a contact and you solidify that contact. Or build a relationship from that. Through common interests. But when you keep in touch through common interests, you also, have your little branding at the bottom of your realtor and stuff like that. But you keep in touch with common interests. Research shows, and this means basically, you need a minimum of 2 touches in relationship marketing. 2 touches a month. So what is a touch? Well, I'm touching you, that's not a touch. A touch is a telephone call. A touch is meeting the person. A touch is an email. A touch is not Facebook. Facebook is not a touch. No. That's very passive. A touch is not passive. A touch is reaching out. The problem is, you guys better be too busy to do that. It's a lot of work to do that. But the successful realtors have been doing that for years. Before the digital, joined clubs, the Lions Association, or whatever it's called, that's how their kids' hockey games, they were out and about and out and about. Today, we don't have to do that. We can email. Email marketing is the purest form of permission marketing. So what does that mean? It's the purest form of permission marketing. You tell me, or does anyone know anything else where I say, yes, please send me something. Yes, I don't mind receiving messages from you. Yes, please contact me. That's email marketing. Today's age in Castle and all the compliancy, you can't send an email without somebody's permission. So it is permission marketing. They're saying, please market to me. 8 out of 10 purchases. Now this is across the board. This is not just retail. This is like industry-wide or different industries. 8 out of 10 purchases are made because of email. Email marketing is probably the most pervasive marketing, and sometimes you don't even know you're being marketed. And I'm not talking spam, because whenever Well, a lot of times when people think about email marketing, they think about spam. It is not spam. It can become spam, but it's not spam. This is one of the reasons that everybody uses email marketing. The return on investment is higher than any other form of marketing. Email marketing has a 4,300% ROI. And do you know why that's important? For every dollar you spend, that's your. Now, it's not your return right away. Don't expect to send one email out and that's your return. We're talking email marketing, and marketing is a campaign. So you constantly have to, no matter what type of marketing you do, most people think they can send one thing out or do one thing, and that's marketing. That is not marketing. You place one ad, that's not marketing. That's placing one ad. Marketing is doing a strategy and doing a campaign. Email marketing is doing a campaign. By the way, one of the reasons email marketing has such a high return on investment is because it's the easiest and the cheapest form of marketing out there. Now, with email marketing, and this is a real tricky thing, with email marketing, you have to have content marketing. And a lot of agencies have content, and I've seen brokerages and stuff like that to give their agents all this content to send out. But the way they send it out and what they do is not content marketing. They're providing content, but they're not doing content marketing. Content marketing is educational, entertaining, engaging, which most of the stuff, hopefully, that is being sent out is educational, entertaining, engaging by you. But the way it's being sent out, in its beautiful form, without an email, a personal email before it, becomes an ad, a content ad. And what is an ad compared to, let's say, a relationship? An ad is not a relationship, and people get turned off by ads. So if you send out really great content with a simple email, a personal or what seems like a personal email from you with a content attached or underneath, then it becomes more of a relationship marketing. Here's an example. How many of you send out things like this? Anybody send out things like this? Doesn't have to be you. But you know, this goes out a lot. Sometimes I get them in flyers. How many send out flyers, by the way? I should ask you. Who does flyers here? Anybody? You do flyers? Do you do flyers more than once a month?
I just started.
With flyers, you're marketing to strangers. So, and it can be very costly. So you know, it can be, because when you're doing your flyer campaign, it's like marketing campaign. You do that, send it out. And 2 touches a month, or 1 touch a month minimum, but it should be 2. Again, even with flyers, because you never know when that person's going to make that decision. So the more you send it out, the better. Unfortunately, with flyers, there's 20 flyers in my mailbox over the last 2 weeks in Cabbagetown. So when you're doing any type of campaign, so you might see this in flyers. This might be in an email campaign. It's got great information. I'm your friend. I really don't care about that, though. I don't. If I'm looking to buy, I might care about that. But if I'm your friend, I don't care about that. And there's another thing about this. It's not personalized. There's nothing personal on that. So it's an app. But this goes out in emails all the time. When doing a really good email, it can drive results. Our program, we're an email company. I'm going to tell you that right now, as if you didn't guess. We specialize in relationship marketing, not advertising. Our email gets a 52% open rate on average. And we did over a year of beta testing. And why do we get a 52% open average when in your market, the open average is 18, and I've yet to meet a real estate agent except for one who's getting 18. One was getting 35. But she had been doing email marketing for a long time, and she had relationship marketing and her email marketing down pat. She was getting a 35%. She came on our program, she's getting 75%. We're experts at it. Here's a sample of an email. Now I'm going to tell you why this is a good email and a bad email. See up there, it says, dear friend. That's a bad email. I had to put that in for a reason. Dear friend is a bad. If it's being sent to me, I want dear Nikki. Just, you know, if you do this on your own, dear Nikki. Do you see an ad in here? It's just an email, but it's from a realtor. At the bottom is their branding. Now, when I am doing, or what I have seen from a lot of realtors, do not make this mistake. Whether you use us or not, do not make this mistake. They take this and they put it up at the top. What does it become when this goes to the top? It becomes an ad. You're sticking it in their face. You're their friend, and I'm a realtor. Friend, realtor. Relationship. I kind of talked about this earlier on, but I want to emphasize it now. When you do a good email marketing campaign to these people, and you make an impression, actually, I'm going to say do any type of marketing. Do any type of relationship marketing that's good. Talking to people, excellent. Telephoning people, excellent. When you do a good job, you're reaching these people, but you're also reaching these people. But it has to be a good job. And it has to be done well. 2 touches. Great information. Also, if you grow your sphere of influence, and right now you only have 100 contacts, and let's say you, in a year's time you have 300 contacts, again, you're growing your sphere of influence. So this makes sense. Does anyone disagree with anything I've said? Want to have any questions about anything I've said? Oh God, you guys are good. You should have been interrupted by now. When you meet somebody, you leave here with nothing else. When you meet somebody, get their contact info. They're a potential client. Not now, maybe, but they're a potential client down the road. Send a follow-up email because that strengthens this. If you can, 2 touches per month. Could be telephone, doesn't have to be email, but 2 touches a month. And then when you write your email, which by the way is hard, this is why we do so well. Actually, we do well because we do all of this for you automatically, but this is why we do so well. Because there are a lot of other companies that do what we do, but they don't have a program, they don't necessarily do educational entertaining, or they might do that, but they do it more like an ad rather than as a relationship. These are the things that are the problem with email marketing. So successful. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our program because we're a little bit different. We do email marketing. We do 2 touches a month. And the reason I'm talking, you can actually do some of the stuff from our program. We do, the first email we do, we actually beta tested this, has nothing to do with real estate. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Except for the branding at the bottom, nothing to do with real estate. But the message that's in there is, I'm a real estate agent, and in this day and age, technology is changing. My need to stay on top of technology. So I've ordered this essential apps report for myself, and I'm forwarding you my copy. So what we've done by that, we've given that free gift idea that people do, and that has worked so well in many industries. We've given that free gift value. You've given it value because I have ordered this for myself, and so whenever you're doing something, that's a little twist that you put on anything that you do to give value. Because if you have value, they'll have value. If you're giving away a calendar, it's like, oh, I'm giving away a calendar. You might like it, might not, but I'm not necessarily putting value on it. Now, the reason we did technology, it's called the Essential Apps Report, is because last year there was 1 million apps, now there's 3 million apps. Everybody has glued to their phones. So it's a great thing just to give away, but it has nothing to do with real estate. So every month in our program, they get a free gift, they get this Essential Apps, and they get a 52% open with it, and they get responses. Oh, really like this month's issue, haven't talked to you for a long time. Now, not everyone sends a response, and maybe occasionally they send a response, but they're getting responses. So what do you do when you get responses? And if you send anything out, when you get a response for something, what do? You follow up, you keep in touch. It's another chance for a contact. I'm skipping a whole bunch of stuff. I can go back later. But so this is the Essential Apps Report. We also do what we call a home management. We don't do it every month. Never send something out. Probably Essential Apps, I do send that out every single month. But never send the same thing out every single month. Or the same type of thing every single month. And the reason you don't want to do that is it becomes competitive. And then it becomes like an ad or a newsletter. And the value of the content that you're giving goes down. So every second month, we send out, we call it the Home Management Report. It's not a Home Management Report. It has nothing to do with it. It's an email. But it has one topic. And actually, whenever you're composing an email, one topic. Do not discuss 15 things. One topic. In this case, it was about insurance. Buying from a broker, buying from an insurance agency. So why would you as a real estate agent send out information on insurance, not on your home? Well, actually in this case it was on the home too. But why would you do that? Well, you do that because as a real estate agent and as your friend, I have all sorts of interesting information for you, and I am passing on this useful information. And it doesn't have to be about selling your house. But I'm passing this on to you because it's useful information that I just came across. This gets sent out every other month, so they rotate. Now this, so when you click on it, you can choose your house, condo, then you can choose your neighborhood. Then you get in that neighborhood, in your neighborhood. But you notice I call it the home value report, not market assessment or market value, the home value report. The way it's geared up is it's like a stock report. Your client's home is their biggest asset, their biggest investment. So you, as a real estate agent, are making that investment and letting them know, well, you help them invest hopefully, but even if you haven't, you're letting them know what their house is doing on the market. And they should know this. There's a call to action. And the call to action is if you want to know what your home is worth in your neighborhood, you've got the general. If you want to know what your specific home is worth, give me a call, I'll give you a free estimate or a free valuation or whatever you want to call it. When you're doing an email, I haven't mentioned it before, there should be a call to action. That should be subtle. Why a call to action? Because if you get them calling you for something, or clicking on your website, or doing something, then you've done a job because you've got that record in. Now, I don't know if you know this, but email is the only advertising and marketing you do that's trackable. How many of you send out emails? If you're not, well, okay, you are? Do you track your emails? No? Okay. When you send it out through a system, like MailChimp or something like that, there are systems that you can upload your database, and they will send emails for you when you do your own email. They buried somewhere in there is a report. And that report tells you what the open rate is, bounce rate, you can't really see it here, but it gives you a whole bunch of information. And the key piece of this information that they give you is it gives you a list of everybody who opened it. Now, because our program is based on success and who opened it, you don't have to go looking for this. We send it out every single month. Now, this is a marketing tool for you. This tells you how successful, who saw your ad. Think of a billboard. When you have a billboard and it's facing the street, you know who's driving by, but you don't really know who saw your lead, who opened it, who cared, or whatever. With email marketing, you know who opened it and saw it, and if they saw it, they were engaged and they cared. Now, the reason I say this is the most important thing, not only because it tracks your campaign, you know how successful it was, you know who it reached, but now, as relationship marketers, have a choice. You have all the people over here who opened it, and you have the 50% of the people over here who didn't. So what are you going to do? You can call these people, they've got your 2 touches, and they're engaged with you. They read you, they're engaged. These people are not. So now you can go to these people and say, hi, call them up, text them, arrange to have a dinner with them, who knows, have a barbecue and invite a whole bunch of people over, and most of the people will be here. These become significant touches. Now what that does is it cuts your marketing in half. Because you know these people are engaged, now you can market to these people. Cuts your marketing in half. So when you do email marketing, you know who's being involved, and you know where you really have to start working. A lot of people are lazy and they don't do it, but the top producers, that's what they do. They reach out to these people. And their marketing now is easier and less expensive. So I'm using this as our case study. This is open rates. Why are open rates important? Open rates, if I open an email, I'm engaged. A lot of people don't know what open rates are, but that's when I open an email. This is the industry average. This is us. Click-through rate. So let's say somebody's clicking through an attachment. That industry rate, that's us. Now, why are these important? Whether you use us or not, these are really, really important. If somebody's interested in the information you're sending, they'll click through. If they're not interested, they're not going to click through. If somebody's engaged with your content, they're going to click through. Very, very important. It's all part of the marketing process. And it's actually something that only email has. So I'm just going to sort of, in a really simple way. You need to build solid relationships. All of you out there, you have to build solid relationships. Why do you do that? Because then you become the go-to agent. If you're a go-to agent, what happens? You get, I know 5 agents. Actually, I know a lot more now that I'm in the business, but I know 5 agents personally. I just sold my house last June. It closed in August. It closed 6 days after the actual closing date. I was not happy, but I'm a 5. So why did I choose my real estate agent? What was it that I chose? In fact, I had a much older friend who'd been in the business and I've known him for a long time, and I didn't choose him. And the reason I didn't choose him is I don't see him as often anymore. I don't talk to him as often anymore. I don't hear from him as often. And the real estate agent I chose, I hear from her constantly. I see her. I hear from her. So this very good friend that I've had for 20 years did not get my business because he was not in front of me all the time. That's what relationship marketing, and that's what sets the really top agents from everybody else. And let's face it, in your industry, I don't know if you know this, but there's 43,000 of you. So how do you stay ahead or become a top producer? And how have they done it? How have the top producers done it? They have basically solid relationships. They stay in touch constantly. They become the go-to agent, and they get the leads. I know some of them that say, "Oh, I don't need to market anymore. It just pours into me." And a lot of them do. They don't need to do anymore. They've got 4 referrals in a week. I've known these people. I hate them, but I know them. So, does anybody have any questions? Because I try to keep this short because I usually only have half an hour when I'm presenting. But yes, sorry, I thought you put up. I'm putting you on the spot. Do you have a question? Does anybody have a question?
So the email.
Go ahead.
So the email is, where we have lots of Chinese clients.
Yes.
Right. The language is
English.
English.
Yes.
No.
And yes, we have that problem. Because we go to neighborhoods that are Portuguese or Chinese. Our messaging is all in English because doing translations would be hard. But the clients I have a client who's Portuguese, and what he's doing is he is himself, because the messaging is so good, he's doing a full translation, because we actually give it to you before we send it, and they proof it. And he's doing a translation, and just writing it how he'd like to write it, and then the information is sent with both the English and the translation. And you can do that. When we're sending out an email, we give you several days to respond. So if you want to put it in another language, that's very much fine. Please do that. We recommend that you do that. But unfortunately, we don't have translations. But if you don't use us and you want to do your own, you can also work hard and make it personal rather than corporate. You have one?
Oh yeah, I actually know the email marketing, the most important stuff is start with the database. Is it possible you can give her some suggestion how we can start to build up our database?
Yeah, actually, I'd love to do that. We actually have a, hold on, let me see if I can find it here. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Doesn't matter. 4-step process or 5-step process. So what I said, when you're going out there are services out there that you can buy leads from. I wouldn't do that because they're not warm leads and they're not relationship leads. Building a database is meeting people, is talking to people, is saying hi in an elevator and starting a conversation. It's getting their information from them. It's talking to friends. Do you have a Facebook page? You can actually scrape emails from Facebook, but you cannot market to them unless you've got their permission. So you can scrape, you can send something out saying, hey guys, I've got some really great information on blah. Anybody interested? Just click here. And anybody who clicks is on your database. So that you can do that with LinkedIn. So you can build your database, but really a good relationship database is going out and saying, hi, what's your name?
Richard.
Hi, Richard. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your hobby?
Hobby is basketball.
You like basketball? I don't know anything about basketball. I don't. But how are the Raptors doing this year? They're doing okay. Is that your favorite team? No? What's your favorite team? But that's what we're doing there.
You find a conversation.
Yeah, you find something and you start talking. And then the next day you might find it, go looking for something on basketball, and the next day send them that. Right? That's a relationship. You started something. Now he's engaged with you. So that's what I mean. The next day you follow up. It doesn't take 2 minutes to go online and check something out. You know, there was a game last night. Hey, did you see the game last night? Blah, blah, blah. You know, it doesn't, it takes time, but relationships take time. But once you've done that, that's easy. Now you've started the ball rolling. Now you can send them other things. And you started. Another question? Another question?
Oh, actually, I have another question. It's about what kind of your company has how the rate, and you also have the the rate for the
Yes.
for the base, and what's the rate of the people is refused to get the email anymore.
After 1 year, 5% retention rate. So 5% loss after 1 year. And if basically, you'll get people refusing right away. You get about 2%, but after 1 year, about 5%, which is really low. Yeah. And that, what does that mean? Those people that refuse, well, now you have to go market them another way.
Yeah.
See, marketing is really difficult, guys. It's not easy. But you guys are a business. You are. And a lot of real estate agents don't think of themselves, but you are a single proprietor business. And marketing is the most important thing you can do for your business. Digital marketing now is the easiest way to do things that took us hours and, you know, getting on the phone. I have my hour every single day of calling my database. That's what the old guys used to do. Actually, now they're using digital and they're using email. But that's what they used to do. Hi. But the people that are not engaged with your email, that's what you got to do. Hi. Because what are you doing? You're reaching 100%. And it's hard. You just don't have to do it as often and as much now. Because the digital world makes it simple. The problem being is it's really hard to come up with great content. It's really hard. It's not an easy thing to do. It's a science. Guys, we beta test everything we do. We actually test subject lines before things go out to get open rates. We charge 85 cents an open. That's how we make our money. We charge the price of a stamp for an open. So we have to work really hard to make sure people are engaged with what we do. But even if you do it yourself, and if you use something like MailChimp, not your personal, put it into something like MailChimp, Constant Contact, which is like $175. Don't do that. That's for one mailout. Is usually for a database. At least when I used to do it, another company I had. Don't do it. But they all let you know who opened it. That is a benefit that most people don't take advantage of. Because that tells you either you have two forms of marketing. You can call them up, you know they're already engaged, and you can call them up and you can just work these 50%. Some people do, that's fine. Stronger relationships. Remember, minimum 2 times. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times better. But minimum 2 times for relationship marketing. So you can work that. My preference is to work over here. Because the more people that know me, the more people that engage with me, the better I have of building my business. Does anyone else have a question? Yes.
So if I hire your company to do email marketing, I have 2 questions. First is, do I have to provide you with all the contacts I have?
Yes.
And second, how much do you charge?
85 cents we charge for opens. Actually, we have a 1-month free trial for anybody in this room. We have a 1-month free trial. We are changing it, but I don't know if they've changed it yet, but I got their permission to continue it for this room. So we have a 1-month free trial and 60 days after that for full money back guarantee 90 days. And the reason we do that is nobody cancels, so we can do that. Everyone continues. We haven't had a cancellation yet. So we want people to try it risk-free because it really, really works, and it does really, really well. But we also charge $24 a month. So we charge $24 a month, and that's management fee. And then we charge 85 cents an open. Now, our open rates are huge. So if you have 300 people and you've got a 50% return, you're going to be paying a lot of money. Like you're going to be paying almost $300. So we cap it. So for 2 emails for the month, instead of paying $300, it's capped at $225. And the reason we cap at different levels, the reason we cap is because then if we're really successful, your price starts coming down 85, 75, 65 cents an open. But we cap it because we don't want it to be expensive. We do have a lot of people, I'm going to be honest with you, they're reaching their cap. They're not complaining because they're really happy. Our highest cap is $3.99, and that's for 5,000 contacts. So it's, yeah, but that's the most you pay would be $3.99 for 5,000. But when you're doing 5,000 contacts, we do have somebody with 5,000 contacts, and I take him out of my calculations. He's actually on our board. He loves our product, but he's not getting a high return for what our product does. He's only getting 8%. But before he started using us, he was getting less, 0.25%. So his rate has gone up over 800% return compared to what he was doing before. And he's actually, he sends out things and he's recommended us and he's built our business for us, word of mouth. By the way, recommendation. He's done that for us. So we got a lot of recommendations. But he's only getting 8%. But he's thrilled with that 8 because it's an 800. And his contacts were not personal. His contacts were, he used to do nightclubs and things like that. So he collected these emails over the years. And now he's actually, he's built his business. In the last 6 months, he's gotten 2 sales because of it from people from that list. So just, you know, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen because it's a relationship thing. But he's got lots of numbers, and his 8% is a lot of numbers that people are engaged with him. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to see, like, we sent out the home value, and people got responses like, keep me on this list, send this to me. Can I have a home evaluation, please? And one person got a sale from it that I know. Because people who were on our beta test still give us information. People who are new to our program don't, unless we see it coming in from people. But the people on our beta test are calling us up and saying, you need to improve this, or I got this, so that we can constantly keep our program the gold standard of what's out there. You're going to ask me another question. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm just trying to calculate in that case. For example, like that gentleman who already have like 400 database, but use the calculation like 400. If you guys have like 70% rate, that's like 280 times like 85 cents per cap. Like what? Like for example,
that's why we have the cap. So he's not paying that. Right? He's not paying that. And remember, it's 2 campaigns a month.
Yeah,
not one. Yeah, it's 2 campaigns. Yeah, but that's why we have the cap. So with many companies like Constant Cap, or I was paying $75. Now I had a database of 2,000. I was paying $175 for each mailer I sent out. I was sending at that time 4, right? And I was paying $175. Now we're sending out 2. You're not paying that every single time. You're paying up to a cap, and then you pay no more. So if you have 300, your cap is $225 for 2 campaigns. So it's much more reasonable that way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Although I did have a guy who had 1,700, and he's on our program, and I was giving him. Now he's a marketer. He's used to spending a lot of money on flyers and things like that. So budget for him is nothing. So I was at that time I thought our cap rate for his was $699, and I told him that. He goes, that's nothing. Okay, yeah. And I got back and I found out what his cap rate was. He signed up and everything, but I didn't have the cap rates with me. And we've gone from charging for the campaign to open rates. And so I got back and phoned him up. I'm sorry, but it's going to be less. He went, well. But he was willing to pay that amount for those regions, right? The reason we went to 85 cents an open, our program was actually going to be $2.99 straight across the board, and went to an open rate is because some people only have 50.
Yeah.
Some people have 100. You guys have to start. You got to build your database. It is an asset. So, and you got to keep in touch. So this makes it much more affordable for those people with a small database, and that's why we do it that way. And then we're going to get on your ass. I'm going to tell you this and be honest with you. To build up your database, we're going to send you Anybody who hasn't received it, I will give it to you. But the IR, our Insider Professional Development, so it talks about it. We have pieces on how to build up the database. We have, because it's important, because we make more money. Because you get more opens. So of course, we're also invested in there. Like all marketing companies, we're always invested in your success because it's also our success. That's a mutual beneficial relationship that we have. See what I mean by a mutual beneficial relationship? It works in every type of marketing. Any other questions? Okay. Well, guys, I did it in an hour. So anybody who wants this, okay, come up and get it. And if you give me your business card, I will send it to you every single month, so you'll get a copy of it.
Okay, Tony is going to come to the little bit market update.
Thank you.
Tony have another seminar. Tony Ma, someone left. You don't have a chance to get.
Oh, that's okay.
Tony 你可以上来了。OK。
No, this is only for real estate. But all marketing is similar throughout the board. Real estate agents just happen to be 5 years behind marketing when it comes to things. But no,
Okay, it's not finished yet. If you really want to leave, you can leave. Tony will come, continue have a seminar. Tony Ma will come. Or broke a record. Excellent seminar.
yes. Or you're going to solve it. It's 85, but let's say if you have 300 months, your tax for 300 your tax is 225. No. You want to something? You don't want to change it. It is okay. It's not good to do.
Tony,
Because that's 10 and you need more. Right? You need to feel better. And it's not good. I mean, you can do some expensive stuff. Okay, yes, those are and those are good. But you need also people out there. Those lawyers are giving you more. And those people give you more. And they're really good contacts. And those are people who can do this too high and see. But to people like friends, people, past clients, people you meet on the street, people, let's say your children play sports, baseball or something like that. Yes. Oh, yeah. It's just too expensive to tell. Yeah, remember the $24. I guess we waive the $24 a month. For 10 people. Yeah, it's not. There's no.
还有谁没有投票？肯定有人说现在说在投票票。
Administration.
我先给大家讲讲我的理念，为啥我去参加这个。So almost finished.
Oh, I finished.
Okay, thank you. I think that RICO is a government agency. The mandate is to protect best interest of the public, right? So they never say that we are here to protect the agent or realtor, or what's their term they call registration. But remember one thing: we as an agent or registrar, we are also considered, right? In lots of cases that RICO put a strict, I think that the from my point of view, they like only get to agent every day. As soon as you receive a complaint from the public, they ask you to give the full process of the complaint process. Sometimes, we waste all the time. We do not have any power to fight back. Second thing, like I know lots of agents, when I talk, you do not talk, please. Is that every year from February, March, April, agent come to me and say, oh, from this year, can the company give the commission payment to my company? 1, 2, 3, and again. That is something we call agent incorporation. Meaning, as a real estate agent or as a realtor, can I put my income to my company? What's the answer? Yes or no?
No.
No, in Ontario, you cannot. Okay. In BC, yes. In BC, that the agent can get paid and reporting their income tax and their company. What's the difference between reporting personal income and company income? Yeah, the small business company for the first $500,000 income every year, you will be taxed and at 15.5% tax rate. If the personal income tax, if your tax income over 200,000, what's tax rate? 50%. Yeah. So you were lucky for 2015, you still pay 46% for any income over 200,000. For 2016, how much you pay?
Oh, it's more.
Yeah, for 2016 onward, and the new Liberal government, you are paying 53.5. More than half you have to give back to the government. So I think that Aurea has been working with this with RICO. Right now, the major obstacle is RICO, is the law, is a RIBA. Because RIBA says that the commission can only pay to the registrant, which is you and your first name. RIBA says that you cannot pay to any company under you, or you are the principal, you are the director. That's why that's the main use. Okay. I know that some people may come to say, "Oh, I got a call from RIBA Realtron. They can do something tax on me." Please understand. Okay. Everyone here, you are graduated from university, right? Think about it. Then, before you jump ship, think about it. Do not trust other people, just like your parents or your kids. I have an agent, Rico Huang, told me last week. He said his accountant told him one of his clients, as a real estate broker, he reported income tax in the past 5 years. Now he was called by direct tax, by CRA, whatever. Okay. I have a client, and even myself, I have rental properties. I report as a rental property income. Sometimes when I do assignment sale, report as a flip. Remember one thing though is, let's say I report my income. Let's say I sold my house in 2015. I'm going to report my tax in 2016, right? When the revenue plan will come back to you is normally after 3 years. Okay? Sub brokerage. This concept was created by REMAX back in August 15, 2014. You know, as a real estate broker, I have a good memory because this is very important to us. I know this, I recorded my book. The first sub-brokerage set up is January 2015. So that means the sub-brokerage concept come to Ontario industry only last year. They did not report income tax yet. They're going to report income tax this year, next week, April 30th. right? Or maybe May 15th as a completion tax. It's only when Revenue Canada sees that someone's commission income drop a lot. Previous year you have over 20,000. Peter Guan claimed he has 2 million income, 750,000 as dining business. Okay, Harris you spend like 700,000 for advertisement. Remember one thing though, when you report tax, you can put it, okay, without hard proof, without relevant information, we can audit on you. You're going to pay by the tax, and also you're going to pay 150% penalty. And even what's the interest rate? What's the interest rate today? 1%, right? Revenue can charge you 6% on the tax and the penalty owing to revenue tax. So do not, please, do not play with the CRA. Okay? Someone either you do drug trafficking is a lesser penalty than you try to avoid tax. Okay? So that's the reason I want join for the RICO election. Try to do something for our realtor. Not only for you, not only for Chinese realtor, for everyone. I think that's something I want to do something for you. And they relieve the headache of me because you don't come to me and say, hey Tony, every week I have a company. Tony, from next month, can you use the commission check to my company? I have a company called Ontario 123, and I say no, you cannot. It's under RIBA. RIBA says you cannot. Okay, so everyone have a cell phone? Check your email. Vote for me now. Okay, you did, and you're free. How many people did not vote here?
I did not vote.
Okay, you go to your email inbox. We need to find out that email sent from that name is called computer share. Computer, no space. Share SHARE. No, I want to do it now. From yourself, you can do it. Don't wait at home. When you get a phone, you will come. Okay, yeah. Yeah, inbox, yeah. Computer here. Vote 可以吗？ Yeah. Can you search? Okay, just put it as you can define the keyword computer here.
So searching computer share.
Yes. In your email, not in Google.
Yeah.
No, it's not me. This is the computer share is the company is managing the RICO election. Okay, so this is a very complicated. Every year, you know how many agents in Ontario? They have 65,000 agents. The voting rate is only about less than 1%. Because the email is crazy, we do jump. Did you find the email? Okay, you need either copy down or either write down that
15 digits.
Did you see that? 帮我看看还有没有那个刚才的election, yeah. You need to find that you need to use that 15-digit number to vote. I don't think you have the email. Maybe your name is registered after 8%. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. If you registration start after March 31st, your name is not authorized by name. You are not qualified to vote for me. No, that's the email when you first register pay the recall insurance.
Oh yeah.
That's the email address is when you log in for my web. Remember my web? My web recall website.
Oh, recall website. Yeah.
So you pay the $350.
Yeah.
After you pay the $350, office or end of the call you say or email you say your registration is approved, your reference number is 478, blah blah blah. Then you pay the recall insurance.
Yeah.
So that's the email address you need. No, not travel email address. It's your personal email address you use to log in on my web. Yeah. 找到了吗？哎，这边有没多少人？
You have a very good memory.
I was a medical doctor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the main thing you have to know is memorize everything. Bone, muscle, fingers, blood, all that.
So which one do you like better? Real estate or
When I was young. Oh yeah, sure to go. Yeah. You are not a father here. Did you want to own me? Thank you. 你懂了之后，我们教你销售秘诀。
is it computer share?
Yeah.
今天就可以的。
这个英文呢？那老等 Google in the email, right? Okay.
在床上。
Computer here.
Yeah, this I search computer share.
So this is the email. Okay.
Is it the one?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Copy this now.